Welcome to the first day of the TNC Cup. We are here in High Grounds Cafe in Quezon City. This is grand finals, best teams here in the Philippines. The top 8 are now going to vie for the championship of this series. And we have the first day here of 2 days, and we have the first battle between Sterling Global Dragons, a team from Pasig, and Ncgc team from Davao City. And right now we are here, and we are on the hero selection, and we have Beastmaster, Ayo, Oracle, Puck, and Sven for SGD, and we have Mirana, Clockwork, Tiny, Ancient Apparition, and we are waiting for the 5th pick for Team Ncgc. As for the bans, we have Lycan, we have Dark Willow, Sand King, Tangolier, and Draw Ranger, and we have for the Ncgc they have banned Undying, Nyx Assassin, Naga Siren, Trent Protector, and the Warlock. And we are just waiting now for the reserve time as Ncgc chooses the 5th hero. Again, I am your caster and analyst, Sensei, and we hope you would be with us as we cast this to you live in English. And welcome here to the TNC Cup. So right now we are at the last minute for Ncgc as they choose their 5th hero. For SGD, we can see that Sven is their main character, or the core hero here, and it will be supported most probably by Ayo and Oracle being healers at that in that regard, and Puck most probably would be in the mid lane and just pushing on to the laning phase. Very utility wise, good hero here. Puck would be adding support during clashes, jaunt, and as well as the silence that it could bring about, as well as an escape where it could just phase out. Beastmaster, of course, has that great tactical advantage with the beasts and could just check out the areas here. Anyway, we have here picks here. Luciano as Beastmaster, Shanks as Ayo, Fly Solo as Oracle, Nazjo as Puck, Donald Duck is Ven, and for Team Ncgc, we have Japo as Mirana, CL as Clockwork, Nico as Tiny, CJ as Ancient Apparition, and Joa or Awaj as Lifestealer. And we will be checking out how they would be faring against each other as we go on a best of 1 match here between SGD and Ncgc. In a few seconds, we'll be going in-game, and welcome again to TNC Cup. So we have here a quick pause by the Ncgc team, and apparently Lifestealer Awaj has just disconnected here, and we'll be checking up on that technical difficulty as soon as possible. So here we have Lifestealer practically as the core hero for them, and this will be put up against Sven later on in the clash. They would be main core heroes, and the supports here would be CJ or Ancient Apparition, as well as an offensive type Mirana here, as well as Clockwork. Tiny will be expected to have a dagger, most probably the usual combination dagger, blink in, as well as the avalanche, as well as a toss. And another combination here would be Clockwork with a cogs trapping a hero, then after which Mirana would have to have that power shot, or sacred arrow rather, and then free hits until the hero dies. As for the SGD team, the most probable combination they would have is a couple of these supports would be babysitting Donald Duck here, Sven, until it reaches item proportions and be able to dish off such damage during clashes, of course with a cleave, and just in case one of the supports die, there would be another. And if ever they need an extended play, there would be Beastmaster as well as Puck there to provide the silence for the enemy team. And we'll be seeing now they would be missing each other, everyone or each team going to their own respective safe lanes, and they would be missing out on the first kill during the first rune. But not without a defensive, or rather offensive, warding there by SGD. They prefer to stick it out together and just wait for someone to go there and unsuspectingly get caught in the fray. As for Ncgc, they would be they would be separated there, and two of them will be continuing through their lanes, while the three of them would be going to each of their lanes. And there's a signal from SGD for a detour. And there is Lifestealer about to be caught. Puck readying for the first pounce. There you go. There is the first attack, but then Lifestealer would just be backing down right away.
Jackpot.
A very good combination here for an extended stun here, or rather a trap here for quick pick-offs of heroes. This Clockwork is one of the best setups for a quick kill. Of course, with the cogs being trapped in the cogs, the hero or the target would have to be strong enough or withstand the damages. But then there's the Sacred Arrow by Mirana that would extend the stun, and unless there's a way that the hero would be able to escape, then that would spell doom for him.
That was questionable at the best.
So Fly Solo just flanking here in the hidden parts of the jungle, and Sven would have to be supporting that one. As in the bottom lane, early aggression on the parts of Beastmaster as well as Lifestealer, and even the Ancient Apparition. They seem to be just releasing free hits here. Shanks pulling creeps there. Successful at that, extending the, or rather providing more cover for the Beastmaster here for farming. And there is the cog there by Clockwork not connecting, and they would have to wait for another or cooldown until they try it again. There's 4 seconds until Clockwork would be able to do that again and try his luck this time around. Still, second one, still unsuccessful. Clockwork seemingly trying to get the tempo here of the movement of Oracle as well as Ven, and he'll go again for another swing, a detour, flanking and going from behind, trying to trap again, but then he gets discovered and he backs off. There's a quick pause by SJD, and Luciano just asked for a second there, and will be returning shortly. So what we can see here is that Tiny has been matched up with Puck here on the mid lane. Tiny being able to withstand the Puck's aggressiveness, as well as Puck being able to face out if ever Tiny would be aggressing that. And here we go, a third one, third cogs, and nothing's connecting yet. Clockwork almost out of mana, but then there is still the Enchanted Mango as well as the Magic Stick for a quick charge there for mana, and a probable trap there, most probably with a softer Oracle here, or if not with Sven. But then of course Sven would be tougher to kill, and it would be wiser to do a cog on the Oracle. Clockwork getting out of there. Fortune's End not connecting. Clockwork for the chase. There's Fly Solo caught in the cogs, and Japboy just releases free hits there, and hit after hit until First Blood has been pulled off by Japboy. Mirana taking the life of Oracle. Finally, the tempo has been set, and Oracle has been caught and killed by a combination of the cogs and Mirana, while there wasn't any rather Sacred Arrow that was hit. Fortune's End hitting Mirana, but then being able to leap, and Mirana will be continuing to get out. But then there is Fly Solo there waiting for another blast at Fortune's End, hoping for a quick kill and spam of damage. And Fly Solo releases one, but then does not really connect with Japboy, and Mirana is able to leap out with just a few HP there. A little less than 100, and he will live. Fly Solo still waiting for an opportune time to deal that damage, but then Mirana now already recharged. Top lane seeing some mighty actions here. Nico, or rather CL, Clockwork outflanking the Oracle, pushing him behind. Almost a 5-minute mark, and Runes will be out any second now, and it will be another gold rush here. As for the bottom lane, they are just being flanked by the couple of SGDs there, and apparently Ayo is trapped there looking for someone to tether, and he finds one and runs away to Beastmaster. Ayo being lucky there and just checking out of that clash there. So it's a 3-man push on the bottom lane, and still there is still no first blood here. Almost Lifestealer almost out of breath there, but able to get out of there. Wisps attacking CL. Good block with the cogs there for preventive assault. And the runes will be taken by Ancient Apparition, Japway, Luciano, as well as Puck. So they all go back to their own places, their own lanes, but not without on the bottom lane. Ncgc going for the shrine, recharging and farming up on their creeps, while allowing Japway here to farm up a little and gain experience solo. And now they're about to go for another attempt at trapping. Clockwork going around finding someone to trap with the cogs. There's a tether, but then there's the axes, and the 3 would be backing off. Wisps hitting Clockwork. Clockwork engaging, checking out how to go around and just trap someone, but then the defense is too tight right now. Ayo is always just tethered to a Beastmaster, and there would be no kills for now. Clockwork getting the haste rune. Good chance for a quick run up from behind, and then a trap for a cog and a hopeful kill. Lifestealer engaging there, and there's Ayo being chased by Clockwork, not engaged with the final cogs. Tethered back, but then hit, and then 3 hit now, and there's an aggression, and the last hit by Clockwork, finally taking down Ayo there. Ancient Apparition just whirled with the axis. Lifestealer, dangerous position right now, but then there's still no stun from Beastmaster, so that's not gonna be much of a problem there. Japway now chasing Fly Solo with an arrow and the Starstorm. The stun, it gets too late. Sven was not able to defend that, and he would have to die out for another second or two. So 2 kills now for Japway. Mirana just having a good start here. 2 out of 3 kills attributed to Mirana. There's the early harassment on Lifestealer. Lifestealer without any backup there. 4 players from the SGD group on the bottom area, while Puck goes back to the mid lane. And there's a reinforcement, a 4th man. There you go. Sven ready for the stun. And we'll be waiting whoever gets too near. Lifestealer is about to go down right away and be about to die as soon as the stun connects, but not without Ancient Apparition giving support and a quick reinforcement should things get ugly. Clockwork is now back on the top lane, wanting to trap somebody. Here Beastmaster has been chased down, and there's the cog. He's been trapped, and there's the attack by Japway. Free hit, and Japway again brings Beastmaster down to his knees for a 10-second timeout. 3 out of 4 now attributed for Mirana. Net worth is still just a little above, a little less than 1,000 for the whole team net worth. And there has been a switch, a rotation of heroes here. Beastmaster wanting to get back on track. Fly Solo now supporting the bottom lane and has just transferred there on the bottom, allowing Beastmasters to farm up by himself for a faster item and experience. There's CL again. Clockwork still wanting to find another quick kill here. Beastmaster ever more cautious this time, clearing out all the trees here just to make sure nobody gets out up from behind and traps him. and the quick kill, unnecessary kill and death for SGD. So it's a 4-0 kill streak by Ncgc. Okay. Ancient Apparition casting Chilling Touch, and Lifestealer backing off a little lest he wants a stun, and a quick kill by Sven there. Clockwork hiding behind the trees and just going around the secret shop and checking out any other supports there, but practically just positioning himself for a good quick rune getting here. And there's the block, there is the rune, and there's the steal of that rune. However, Tiny here has been caught. Tiny just does the avalanche. There's a Star Storm, and there is a throw by Nico. Quick thinking. Tiny killing Fly Solo there, or rather, Japoy killing Fly Solo. The last hit being attributed to the Mirana. What could have been a first kill became another kill, and Japoy continues to create waves here of death onto the unsuspecting and unexpecting SGD team, as 6 kills just haunts them right now in the early part of this game. It's 10 minutes into the game and we have 6 kills all for Ncgc. Things are becoming quite good here, or the prospect of this game goes in the favor of Ncgc. SGD still has to get at least 1 kill just to change the momentum of this game. Right now it's being a kill fest, and unless they get one here at least and change the momentum of the Ncgc, it's going to have an effect on their tempo. And there is a okay, there's the hit, and there is Fly Solo creating. There's a throw, but then it does not connect, and he will be brought down by Fly Solo. Finally, redemption from the Oracle, and the Oracle has predicted on Tiny, and it says death. Tiny will be out of the game for 20 seconds, and Puck will be continuing with the attack on the tower there on the mid lane. We can see here that Lifestealer has quite a difficult time here getting last hits. And there's the flare, there's the stun, there's the Sacred Arrow, but then the cogs do not connect. There's the silence by Puck for a quick getaway. Lucky for Puck, he was not trapped in the cogs, otherwise it could have been an end to him. Lucky one right there, and it will not go to 7 kills for Ncgc. Of course, SGD was able to pull one off against Ncgc, with Tiny being double teamed by Fly Solo as well as Puck, and they have been successful in bringing down the rock thing. Reinforcement coming in for SGD on the bottom lane. Puck here ready for the pounce. The orb jaunt and silence, but then it's the stun first. There's the silence, and there's the hit from the wisp. Clockwork is trapped there, gets out of it, but then there is okay, there is Sven being harassed there by Tiny, but then Ayo is quick to support. There's another kill by Puck on the Clockwork. The throw has been done. Nasjo, Puck has been able to survive that one, and there's the avalanche. There's a free hit by Puck again. Double kill by Nasjo. There's a Sacred Arrow missing Puck by just a few inches, just facing out in time, not getting stunned, and the SGD will be backing down with 3 kills. A successful raid and counter defense there by SGD, but not without 2 of their heroes being nicked out of them by the team from Mindanao. Ncgc just killing a couple of them as well. And there is a revenge for them. The smoke has been set and they will be scouring the river as well as the rune area of the... Okay, and Japoy has been seen but was able to jump out, leap just in time before the silence has been done. The jaunt and the rune will be taken. All action is focused now on the mid lane as well as the bottom lane, and the creeps are just left to fend for each other there on the top. There was a hook shot but did not connect on the puck, and they will have to contend themselves with a detour on the bottom lane. Ncgc will be hunting down a hero or two. Right now it is Beastmaster in that situation. Beastmaster just being ever so cautious, hiding behind the tower there, while Ncgc decided to make a quick detour back to their own tower and just farm up instead. Up on the top lane, there is Tiny being chased by Puck, but Tiny is quick to teleport out to safety, and it is a one-sided deal here for both teams, rather. Ncgc pushing down the right side or the bottom lane, while SGD continues to push on to the first tier tower on the top lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So SGD will be forcing the issue to bring down the first tier tower. There is the Ice Blast. They have been discovered. Does not really matter for that damage. And the flare is supplemented, and they will have to be assured that there would be no heroes here on the bottom lane as Ncgc takes one tower for themselves. It's an exchange of both safe lane towers here for both teams, and they will be pushing on until the second tier tower.
Just like your shit.
Clockwork defends now the second tier tower of the top lane, while nobody from SGD teleported to the second tier tower of the bottom lane there. And Clockwork will continue to defend. There's the flare for vision, and there are no heroes from SGD that might disrupt or just spoil their plans there. Item-wise, the shift of net worth contributed to the favorable outcome for SGD, but not so much. It's still just a little bit over 1,000 net worth for the whole team. And SGD decides to take a stroll in the park in their own little jungle on the bottom lane, as Sven, coupled with Io, would be farming up on the creeps that are pushing right now on the bottom lane for a quick boost in gold and experience and quick items. Oracle being ever so supportive of the other hero here, Beastmaster, and Puck is ready for any clashes that might happen soon, and they're just waiting for somebody to wander into their area. There's a convergence and a probable smoke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ncgcs by the second tier tower in the middle lane, and they are out now for the hunt. Ancient Apparition leading the charge, or leading the scout here, ready for a raid here. Clockwork waiting for some target there. There's a flare going up on the bottom lane. They have been discovered, and they will make a detour on the top or the middle lane, while Io and Sven waits in the trees, probably for a quick reinforcement if ever things get ugly for the clashes there. Ncgc has been discovered by the mid lane and on the tower. Defense is set. There is Puck for a quick face out. There's another reinforcement to Shano, but then there's a cog there, and the Ice Blast is countered there, and Sven just whacks away and kills Clockwork. And now Puck was able to just kill another one. Puck chases Japoy here, but on the other side, everyone is running down back to their base, and a quick reinforcement by Io and Sven quickly turned this raid into their favor. Puck being able to teleport just on the spot creates a tactical advantage during clashes. They're able to go somewhere else, and when things get ugly for others in their team, they could just reinforce right away, just like that. And in this case, it has been an overcharged Sven, courtesy of Ayo or Shanks.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge.
Ncgc still creates that much annoyance here on the mid lane, trying to bring down the first tier tower, the middle lane. Oblivious of the defense by the others. There's the avalanche and the toss, as well as Starstorm, but does not hit Ayo. Ayo supports now, and there is Clockwork getting Shanks. Ayo is in dire straits. There's a stun by Sven without any support, but Sven too tough right now. Whacks away. There's a tether by Ayo, and Donald Duck just whacks away all the heroes there from Ncgc. Finally a chase down and a whirling axe combination by Beastmaster. There's the primal roar, a stun, another stun, and Awaj will be out of commission. The core hero there just taking a beating and just succumbing to all the attacks. A couple of stuns, the primal roar, as well as the storm hammer there. He was not able to get any life out of any hits he could have done because he was just so stunned. Lifestealer just died there, not being able to do much. And we are now seeing a 5k advantage by SGD against Ncgc, and it is a 9-kill all in the 20th minute mark. Team Ncgc regaining composure here, scouting, just putting sights here, a small vision. Luciano has been seen. Luciano without much life. There's a stun. There is the free hit, but then he is ganked by 3 others. He has been disarmed and free hit by Sven, and the lady on the cat just went meow meow, and it's goodbye. It's a one-on-one exchange there. Miranda just nicking away a quick kill, but then dying in the process as 4 others just came to the rescue of the dying Beastmaster. Defensive wards has been placed by AA, and he will be supporting this lane here. Puck with a jaunt and the silence and the orb out. Just annoying there, the Lifestealer, and waiting for any other heroes to commit there. So what happened a while ago was that even on a 6-0 streak by the Team Ncgc, a couple of missed clashes there on the middle as well as near by the Roshan, SGD was able to catch up, and they were able to tie up now with a 10-10 kill ratio. There's a signal by SGD. SGD detouring by the bottom lane, or rather by the mid lane, and going for this one near Shanks, as Shanks would be just nearby for a quick tether. Donald Duck charged now. There's Tiny, seen by the Wisps there. There is the Fortress End. Shrine has been activated. There is a backup by Clockwork, and they will just be checking out and not committing to that. Too risky, even if they are on high ground. Ncgc would learn better that Ayo with Sven would most probably have another one there to support them, and it would be suicide if the commitment has been done. So no go for Ncgc, and they will have to play safe for now, and we'll check out on the top lane as Lifestealer teleports now back to the mid lane for a reinforcement and the probable clash that's gonna happen here by the Shrine on the safe lane of the Dire team. There is Fly Solo, but then the Primal Roar has been set. Sacred Arrow does not connect. There is the Ice Blast, but does not really damage much. Tiny has been caught in the crosshairs of Donald Duck. Puck has been reached out by Ncgc's AA. and the Ice Blast gets to him. Now, Mirana just leaping out of comfort as Donald Duck or Sven catching up to him. There's a Storm Hammer and there's a couple of slashes, and Mirana goes down for the count. 38 seconds into the game, or rather more into the game, and they will be 2 men short for a good defense. It's now a kill lead by SGD with 12 against 11. Little by little, SGD is inching their way over the other team, but still too early to decide. A good clash, a good wipeout might spell doom for the other team, or each of them as anyway. Right now, Sven is on the lead of net worth 14,000 compared as 10,000 for Puck. And for the Ncgc team, it's just Mirana and Lifestealer, but then after those, it is Sven who is much of a threat here. Sven with the items, already having a BKB and a Mask of Madness, as well as Sang and Yasha. That would really be a very tough item combination for the early mid game, especially amplified by the support of Io. That would spell doom for anyone caught in the blades or on crosshairs of Sven. Sven has to be shut down right away, or if not, be shut down by other heroes here from the team Ncgc. It's either they have to take down Sven, or they have to take down the supports that give Sven his added strength and amplified hits like Oracle and Io. There is the clean attack there and clean kill by Ncgc, still in the smoke. There's the flare, discovers Io. There's Beastmaster for the reinforcement, and Donald Duck tethered by Io, catching Clockwork off guard, chasing down the dragon here, wherein Lifestealer has been hiding. There's the stun by Beastmaster. Finally, a final slash by Donald Duck just brings Lifestealer to an end. Lifestealer, ironically stolen of its life, just happened right now. Care of Donald Duck and that Wisp Io. Ice Blast happening. They don't care. It's too early. It's too weak for them to just even think about. There's a Sacred Arrow. Does not hit anyone but the Roshan. Apparently Mirana just helped SGD take down Roshan there. Tiny thinking twice, but then he's been caught up there. There's the leap by Mirana. Starstorm kills the Roshan, but then the Aegis has been taken by Donald Duck. Now Sven is on a rampage, stun on Tiny. Tiny going to die there. There's the blink and there's the silence. AA with a final hit. Donald Duck just missing the mark once, twice, but then no. Aegis has been destroyed by Lifestealer, but then Sven is still alive right now, and he is going to blink in. Storm Hammer on Lifestealer. Lifestealer being whisked to slow down for a quick finish off by Donald Duck. There is the Yules. There's the leap, but then there's the Primal Roar stunned. Dream Coil catching one but killing Clockwork as well as Mirana there. It is a team wipe by Team SGD, and they will be partying by the tower there on the mid lane, and they will be taking it down with all the lights happening around Io in a disco ball, and everyone's dancing, everyone's slashing, and then there's the fireworks. Now they decide to go on another disco spree here on the bottom lane. Tier 2 tower also going down, a little bit more fireworks, and they are on a rampage, going back home victorious like a tribe on a good and successful raid. Team SGD living up to its name as a dragon, and Ncgc has to step up and face the dragon. And would they be able to bring down the dragon or bow down to it? Again, this is the first game of the first day of this TNC Cup, and whoever will be winning this best of one will be continuing on the second round, while the loser would be going to the lower bracket, as this tournament is set on a double elimination pattern or scheme, and whoever loses here will be facing off another losing team from another match. Again, guys, this is a best of one, and all games will be on a best of one, especially in the bottom bracket. And here we see Sven, angry but still partying, running around in the jungle, looking for things to slash, things to hack, things to kill. Donald Duck. First time I see a Donald Duck angry and on a rampage killing spree. The Donald Duck I'm used to is just funny and just gets blasted in the cartoon. Now smoked by Ncgc. They want to redeem themselves. Clockwork carrying Lifestealer inside. There's the flare. Donald Duck has been discovered, but then Clockwork does not commit. But then he does, and it catches Io. There is the stun, the Sacred Arrow, and there is the quick hit, but then teleporting out, and he gets away. Unfortunate for Ncgc, they were not able to bring down a support, and there was Fly Solo there, ready for the taking as well. Good block there on the stairway by Clockwork, as Ncgc makes a quick escape. There is the Primal Roar, there's a throw, and then Nasjo goes down, and now they're on their way back home. Everyone's backing down, everyone's retreating, but then they're quite regrouping, and no, it's a fake retreat. Donald Duck feigns retreat and just hacks and slashes away on two heroes. There are three more heroes that are being chased now. Tiny going up for the shrine, Miranda going for the rune side, and there is a blink in. Donald Duck killing now AA, and they will be deterring up on the mid lane, and they will be charging down and now hacking away at the third tier tower, the middle lane, on the 30th minute mark, 31st minute mark of this game. All attack, all forces now joined with a full force against the mid lane. There is the flare, the wisp stops Clockwork, and then Beastmaster now, false promise, just saves the day. Io quick to heal Luciano now, Beastmaster living up, and they will be deterring for a quick distraction, destroying the shrine here on the top lane of the dire side. And 3, 2, 1, and it will go down.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
Ncgc farming up quickly now for another clash that's about to happen. That might happen in a few minutes now, while the Radiant team are just farming away casually here in their own jungles. A couple of blips has been sent by Team Ncgc. One is here, and there's another signal there going out that they would have to go there deep into the jungle of the safe lane of the Radiant team. Puck here with all these support utility items here. Veil of Discord, Dagon, and Yules for that quick setup there. Yules as well as Aeon Disc here. All ultimates are now online. The clash of all clashes should happen anytime soon, as the smoke has been casted on the SGD team, and they will be going around by the river, while two of them here, a quick teleport or a relocation by Io and Sven, would serve as a good reinforcement later on wherever their teammates are. And right now they're pushing for a split. 3 of the SGD heroes running up the other shrine here, ready for any engagements, and Io and Sven ready to teleport in anytime they are both needed. But not without AA here giving a push and creating space on the bottom lane, and he's doing so successfully. but to no distraction of the team from Pasig. Full force now, converging together by the shrine here. They will be destroying the shrine as well as farming.
Under attack.
And Donald Duck leads the charge, hitting down the shrine here, taking it down in about 2 seconds from now.
Dire's shrine has fallen.
Team Ncgc frantically trying to get more kills and farm from creeps here just to have buyback as well as their own set of other items. Tiny is the only one right now who has a buyback, and as for the other team, they're just waiting for the cooldown to happen, or if not, just with the gold. They're farming up for buybacks here, especially SGD. They still need a lot of buybacks, hence they are not attacking right away on high ground, where it is going to be too risky for them should they fail their attack and assault. The only buyback that has been bought out is with Clockwork, still 4 minutes out. But for the others, it's going to be just a little gold for them to farm up for their buybacks. Runes are set out, and gold here and there would be helping out the team right now with the buybacks. And still, Shanks would most probably be the first one to have a buyback here. There's the smoke. They're not waiting for the others to have an insurance. There's the hook shot. There's the cog. Does not connect inside, but then still Fly Solo goes down. Donald Duck is teleported here. Makes quick mincemeat of CL and CJ. And Shanks contributes to a kill himself with Lifestealer. Again, kneeling down and just submitting himself to death. That surprise teleport or relocation by Ayo really serves well for SGD,
Dire's top
especially
tower
with
is under attack.
Sven there for a quick whack attack. And the unsuspecting Ncgc team would not be able to determine who to choose right now as the first target, as Donald Duck just creates mayhem. That Stormhammer also having a splash effect of stun, and should the Ncgc get caught being together, it would spell trouble for them. And quick hits and free hits by Sven would mean a cleave damage that adds to the damage of everyone. Ncgc valiantly defending their turf right now. Mid lane destroyed. Top and bottom still alive and still well, but at the risk of getting bulldozed by SGD. They make a quick decision. They have to strike now while the others are still busy farming up. There's the flare. They have been discovered. SGD gets away to safety, away from the site, and they go with a smoke, a counter, a turnaround, and now they are on the hunt while feigning a retreat, while the Ncgc team is unsuspecting of the quick turnaround there. The quietness of the place makes them suspicious and they back down, but not without AA being discovered. There is the ward there, sentry ward discovering. Japoy does not even know that there's a sentry ward there. And Japoy getting caught there by the Dream Coil. There's an orb, there's a silence, there's the avalanche, but then Puck just phases out. Puck is on the okay, Mirana is on retreat, but then there's the avalanche on Tiny. Wisp slowing Tiny down. There's a blink out. Puck is chasing down Mirana, but Mirana just goes up to the 3rd tier tower. And the defense is now set. The final attack is upon them. Beastmaster just taking the bait. There's a God Strength. There's Sacred Arrow, missing Sven by just a hairline as Sven sidesteps like a basketball pro player. And there's a stun from behind. There is the Dagon by Puck, and down goes Clockwork. Now the chase is up. AA caught by the blade of Sven and also catches Mirana off guard, and Mirana will have to go back to the fountain while Sven parties up. Only Miranda, the lone hero left for Ncgc, alive here. Helpless now to defend the 5-man attack, and they will be calling a GG. Ncgc bowing down to Sterling Global Dragons, and they will be going down to the bottom bracket for another day of best of one with the losers bracket there. They still have a chance of getting back on track so long as they keep winning the battles that they would be having. And there you go. Sterling Global Dragons with an amazing combination of Io, Oracle, and Sven there, with Io and Sven just being the artillery that is needed to take down any clashes that would happen. The 3 other heroes are confident to engage even with a 5-man clash with Ncgc, since they would be having an ace up their sleeve as long as Io and Sven are ready to teleport back into the location of the clash. Then it is in their advantage for a surprise attack, surprise artillery fire and reinforcement, and it disrupts everything that is set by Ncgc. Had Ncgc been able to isolate Fly Solo or Ranpo here, Io and Oracle right away, and kill them right away, Sven would be easier to take down, but they have to do it simultaneously or almost simultaneously, and also they have to look out for Puck with a silence that Jaunt just teleports in. Also, the Beastmaster stunning every one of them, piercing even BKBs. It's really a hard recipe for them to just make up and create and swallow. And it has proven to be too difficult as Sterling Global Dragons takes the win here. 31-14 on the 38-minute mark. It's not yet over for Ncgc. Ncgc will have another game tomorrow, Sunday, on day 2 of the TNC Cup. First game against whoever loses on game 3 here on the TNC Cup, and we invite you to watch with us here at Ncgc TV, and we hope that you would be with us as we broadcast day 2 tomorrow. First game at 10:30, Ncgc for another shot at the TNC Cup here in High Grounds Cafe in Quezon City. Again, this has been Sensei, and I thank you for being with us, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.